Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into today's episode. We are doing the SmackDown review episode. SmackDown kicked off with a quick video replay from Kevin Owens' announcement last week, followed up by Nick Aldis appearing in the ring. He would call out Randy Orton to come down to the ring. Randy would tease a match between him and Aldis before Solo Sikoa would come down. And eventually we would get these guys mixing it up in the ring with Tama Tonga added. It was a 2-on-1 attack on Randy Orton that LA Knight came down to the ring and saved him on. And then after they get those two guys out of the ring, Solo Sikoa and Tama, LA Knight will grab a mic and he would ask Nick Aldis for a tag team match later on tonight against those guys. So it is official. LA Knight, Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa for the main event. All of that action was followed up with the women's tag team gauntlet match on SmackDown. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez would get front row seats for this match, sitting right by the commentators' table as they watch to see who their challengers for WrestleMania will be. The match has started off with Lyra Valkyria and Bayley versus Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. Excellent back and forth action that Lyra Valkyria and Bayley will pick up the victory here. And then Michin and B-Fab will, I'm sorry, Natalia and Maxine Dupree make their way down to the ring next. Another great back and forth action that ends with Bayley and Lyra picking up another victory. And now we get Michin and B-Fab making their way down to the ring. Again, another solid back and forth matchup between these tag teams, but once again, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria advance in this women's gauntlet match, and they are set to face the last of the tag teams, Piper Nivens and Alba Fire. So the winner of this match now will head to WrestleMania officially. This match was honestly one of the best tag team women's matches I've seen in a while between these four women, but once again, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria pick up the victory. So they pretty much ran the gauntlet the entire time from start to finish. And after this match, we get a quick stare down from Bayley, Lyra, and the women's tag team champions Liv and Raquel to set up the WrestleMania match. So we shall see what happens. Can Lyra Valkyria become a double champ? Be on the lookout for that. And then after that, um, we get a video replay of Damien's attack on Drew McIntyre on the car from 2 weeks ago, followed by Damien Priest heading to the ring but getting attacked by Drew. Drew would cut a promo. Damien would try and come back, but he would get absolutely obliterated by Damien Priest here. Backstage, DIY and Pretty Deadly. DIY is just, at this point, they seem like they're just losing their absolute minds. And Pretty Deadly's pretty much making fun of them. And then Motor City comes in and pretty much does the same thing, teasing that they get a shot at the tag team titles next week. And then we are set. Berto comes out to the ring, back to some action, followed by Ray Phoenix. So we are set to see Ray Phoenix in action for the second time against Berto. This match, absolute great match. Like I said in my preview episode, this was going to be an excellent match, and this absolutely delivered. But of course, Ray Phoenix would pick up the win. After the match, Santos would come out. He would try and get Berto to shake Ray's hand, but Berto would walk away. Santos shakes his hand and leaves. And gives him praise. Backstage, Byron Saxton is standing outside of Nick Aldis's office, and we see Roxanne with come up with him to do a quick promo work, and she talks about Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany, of course, comes in, walks up, and says that she could learn some things from her and tries to get Nick Aldis to make a match between them later tonight. Nick Aldis says that he will think about it, and Tiffany would go ahead and walk away. Um, After that, we get a video replay of CM Punk narrated by Paul Heyman. And then backstage, we have Chelsea banging on the trainer's door, trying to get Piper Nivens and Alba Fire to come help her in her match with Zelina Vega up next. Zelina's there and she laughs at her and walks off and heads to the ring. So we are set now for Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. This was a quick match that ended in a count out where Zelina Vega would pick up the victory. So just some storyline stuff here. Nothing really big. Just something to fill some time here. But this is definitely leading obviously to more in the story between Chelsea and Zelina Vega. So we'll see what happens next. Backstage, we get Berto with his head down in the backstage area. Santos and Angel walk up, and Santos tells him that he's disappointed in Berto and that he wants Angel to come with them to go shake and congratulate Ray Phoenix's hand. Um, Andrade would come back into the picture and tell Berto, uh, that he can do better pretty much again, some more tease. But Berto gets up and pretty much tells him to mind his own business. So it's interesting what they got going on here with Andrade and Berto, and I'm curious to see how long it takes for Berto to finally go ahead and turn and join forces with Andrade, or what even comes of this. But then we get a video replay, or I'm sorry, a video package from Naomi, followed by a video package from Jade Cargill. So great promo work from both of those women. And then down in the ring area, we are set up with a display of all the previous WWE championships. And Cody Rhodes, of course, would make his way down to the ring, cuts an excellent promo. After all that, we are set backstage with the Street Profits. They cut a promo. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes come into the picture and cut a promo on them and tell them that the tag team titles should be on the WrestleMania card before they walk off. And then back to the ring, we are set for Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez. A great back and forth match between these women. That, of course, ends with Tiffany Stratton picking up the win and getting more momentum on the road to WrestleMania. After this match, Charlotte Flair would attack Tiffany Stratton. Wade Barrett would step into the way um, and get in Charlotte's way to stop this pretty much and back things off. Earlier in the night, however, these guys would have a backstage altercation that was mentioned on commentary as well. So that wasn't there. There was multiple instances where these women would fight each other. Then after that, we get a video replay of the decision from last week, of CM Punk's decision from last week, and of Seth and CM Punk from Monday Night Raw as well. So we got a couple video replay packages in all in one. And then back to the ring, we are set for our main event: Randy Orton, LA Knight, versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Towards the end of this match, Randy Orton and Solo Sikoa, they were not the legal partners, but they were definitely fighting outside of the ring that led into the fans and pretty much out of the ring area. So that left us with LA Knight and Tama Tonga, the legal men in the ring. LA Knight would pick up the victory, of course, and Jacob Fatu would appear behind him and attack him to pretty much end SmackDown. So we are set for one last SmackDown next week for the road to WrestleMania, as WrestleMania is next week. So, with that being said, make sure you all hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll be back with some more content. Just remember, this is Hefe's World, and you're just living in it.